It's good, nigga. Let me start off with I'ma tell you the story. Be prepared though, cause it ain't sure. I'll tell you that for sure. well, let's start back in '96, cause that's where I began, you feel me? And you already know. Let me start off like this. Let me tell you a little story about this very young boy. His life was very hard, trying to overcome the noise. It was almost deafening, but he ain't had a choice. So he played with VCRs while the others played with toys. He hear his mama shrieking coming from the next door. He know Papa is beating his mama down to the floor. Little boy screaming all up in his head, but knew if he made a peep, then he would be next. So little boy dressing his Nike jumping off, knew he had drive but was driving bumper cars. The truth to him was so intuitive, but the problem seemed to be his inhibitions were starved. So he was scarred, but he ain't had proof. He just put a little salt in his shoes and hoped he'd grow out of the phase that he was living in. Hoped he'd grow out of all the pain he was living with. But it wasn't Lil Main's decision, kidnapped his childhood, but he still retained his visions. It's like, damn, I ain't even understand how that could happen. All the pain, struggles, everything. It was like he was invincible. Little nigga was so young and made it do everything. Street corners, drug dealers, shootouts, everything, man. It's just wild. But let me continue with the story, man. Well, so moving on about 4 years later from where we was, 3rd grade walking to school, ain't had a bus to pick him up cause he was right next to his classes. Still as fast as he had chose to run cause he was paranoid, experienced what he had, you know, the Nike jumper getting the steal from his own dad. And so he looked back every 15 seconds, his head was feeling reckless, he knew life was cold. He got up off his feet, displayed what he need. Life was just a game, he would play it till he bleed. Conceiving of the world and its ways, took away his faith and just put it in a phrase: live and die young, that's the only thing logical. He had something up his sleeve for the time, and so he pushed forward. Nobody was stopping him, even when the devil did collide with him. It was like he was channeled with God or something. Like this nigga was an angel at spirit and a regular minority at appearance. You just never knew. So quiet, got straight A's in the worst school, still he pulled through the struggle. It's crazy. So if we go a couple years further to the now, it goes like this, right? Little brother turned into a little man now. He looked back so he could understand now what life was actually going to be amounted to. He found the truth, eventually came around the loop, landed back in reality, seeing the past tragedy. Being homeless and witnessing all the casualties. And casually he put his headphones on under his hoodie. He moved but in his head he was gone, in another world of finding a deeper meaning of living. If life never wanted him, why was he still in it? It made him very mad. 14, picked up the pad, started writing all the thoughts that he kept inside of his hat. Believed that this would pave the way towards his happiness that he never found. See, before he was collapsing in this life of a sinner, he found his very inner soul. Wrote a whole mixtape of probably 30 songs. Spoke to somebody close, he asked him what's new. Little brother looked down and said, I found truth. He said that's what's inside of him, he's seeing all blue. Looked inside the mirror and I said, it's all you. It's all you, homie. It's all blue.